Apple cider vinegar is powerful when used correctly, and these methods have helped countless people lose weight successfully. Hey Wellness Warrior, I'm Dr. Nick Zarowski, and I started my holistic health practice in order to help you take control of your health naturally, and this is because true health only comes naturally. So be sure to subscribe, hit the notification bell, give this video a thumbs up, and then share with me your thoughts down in the conversation below. Apple cider vinegar has been around for thousands of years. Paul Braggs, one of the most popular users and also makers of apple cider vinegar, used it to heal all types of ailments. Now, some of his claims on apple cider vinegar may have been a little bit exaggerated, but the one thing that we know with modern science today is that beyond a shadow of a doubt, it does help with weight loss. The main component of apple cider vinegar that has been proven to be very beneficial for weight loss is going to be the acetic acid. Apple cider vinegar contains about 5 to 6% acetic acid, and that's what gives it not only its strong odor, but also its sour taste. And I want to mention this too, just to get it out of the way, that whenever consuming apple cider vinegar, we want to make sure that we're using an organic one that is raw and with the mother in it. Now, animal studies show us that apple cider vinegar offers some very compelling benefits, such as improving the metabolism, decreasing insulin levels, lowering blood sugar, reducing fat storage, and even suppressing the appetite. Well, that sounds pretty amazing, but you may be asking, well, those are animals, but what about humans? Now, even though we would anticipate many of the results being somewhat similar, the human studies are still really good to see. Well, the good news is that there's plenty of human studies to point to, and these human studies help us get a better grasp and understanding as to the best time to drink apple cider vinegar for weight loss, but also how much we need to drink in order for it to even be effective in the first place. But I have a question for you, so let's get a conversation going down in the comments below, and I'd like to know, do you drink apple cider vinegar? I'd like to know how many people roughly that are watching this video are already using it. Now let's go ahead and look at the studies here. There was a study that took 11 people and they gave them a high carb meal, and they wanted to see what would happen to their blood sugar when they ate that high carb meal with apple cider vinegar versus having it without apple cider vinegar. Well, surprisingly enough, and this is so powerful to know, is that those who ate the high carb meal with the apple cider vinegar, what they had was a 55% lower blood sugar 1 hour after eating that meal. Now that's truly incredible. And we know the key to losing weight is keeping your blood sugar low and your insulin levels low so that the fat can go. But there was another thing that the study showed us. And the study showed us that those who consumed the apple cider vinegar with the high carb meal, they usually we're eating around 200 to 275 less calories per day. So that's that appetite suppressant effect that the apple cider vinegar has. And we know one of the parts of losing weight that a lot of people forget about is going to be cutting down on food consumption. So what we're seeing here is that the apple cider vinegar can help us in 2 ways. Now this study gives us one of our answers. And what I typically do is I go all day without eating any carbohydrates, and then I put it into my last meal of the day at nighttime. Now there's many benefits to doing this, but the one that I'm specifically trying to get out of it is it has been research proven to help improve your sleep. And I need all the help I can get when it comes to improving my sleep. So you can do the same thing that I do. You drink a little bit of apple cider vinegar with this meal, and then it ultimately helps lower your blood sugar. But come on, let's be honest with ourselves too. We're all at some point or another gonna go out with our friends or our family, and we're gonna get some dessert, right? Have a little bit of sugar. And the thing is that we still want to keep our blood sugar low to the best of our ability when doing this, so we can drink a little bit of apple cider vinegar before doing that. Or maybe it's a meal that you're getting with your friends, a little higher carb. Same thing, drink some apple cider vinegar with the meal. It'll help keep your blood sugar low. And these are the little hacks that I love that help improve weight loss over time. Give the video a thumbs up so far if you're loving the benefits of apple cider vinegar. Now, the next part of this equation is getting a hormone under control that has a huge impact on weight loss, and that is insulin. We have to get this hormone under control. If you're somebody who is having a hard time losing weight, it's like despite all your effort, you're just not losing weight, or maybe it's coming off really slow, you'll likely have high insulin levels. Now there's a second study that I want to look to, and this study looked at people who have insulin resistance, and also they looked at type 2 diabetics. And before we get into it, I want to mention, look, you might hear this and go, no, I'm not a type 2 diabetic. I don't have that. And I don't think that I have insulin resistance. But the fact is that if you have excess excess body fat, there's a very good chance that you have some degree of insulin resistance occurring in your body, stopping you from losing weight appropriately. So what would happen is when your blood sugar goes high, your body can't appropriately deal with it because you were very insulin insensitive. Now, this study goes on to show us that they found that those who drank apple cider vinegar with a high carb meal had a 34% improvement in insulin sensitivity. Now that's a game changer. Now there's two lessons that we learned from this study. The first one is that apple cider vinegar actually is dose dependent, because those who drank 2 tablespoons per day got better results with their weight loss than the ones who were drinking 1 tablespoon per day. But I'm curious to know, so I want you to join the conversation below. How many tablespoons of apple cider vinegar are you drinking per day? Is it 1 tablespoon, 2 tablespoons, 4 tablespoons? Let's talk about it. Now, the second lesson that we learned from this study is one that's very important, and that is, though apple cider vinegar helps with weight loss, it's not drastic and it's not overnight, meaning that you're not going to drink apple cider vinegar today and have ripped 6-pack abs next week like many of the internet gurus will have you believe. And this is important to set proper expectations, because that way when you drink it for 3 days and you haven't lost 10 pounds, you don't quit altogether, because you know that that's absolutely impossible. So here's how I use apple cider vinegar personally, and also with the people I'm working with. If you're somebody who's looking to shed a few pounds and also keep weight off, then drink 2 tablespoons of apple cider vinegar with your higher carb meal throughout the day. And then if you're someone who has insulin resistance, if you're a type 2 diabetic, I would have you drink 1 tablespoon in the morning, 1 tablespoon in the afternoon, and then 2 tablespoons at night. And what this does is this allows you to focus on keeping blood sugar and insulin levels down all day long, and also improving insulin sensitivity all day. And then at night, you throw that extra little bit of dose in there in order to help you with that meal that may have a little bit of carbs associated with it. Now, if you're somebody who says, man, I love the benefits of that, it all sounds really good, Dr. Zarowski, but the taste, I just can't do it, then what you're going to want to do is watch this video right here, where I explain how you can use apple cider vinegar supplements and also choose the right ones that actually work. One of the major ingredients in apple cider vinegar is acetic acid that offers you benefits. Now, the other is the mother, that is the brown particles in the apple cider vinegar liquid.